gonna be rich.
Greetings, THL. Back again with another episode of Hearthcenter. As, well, not always, I am the host, Geranium Battle. Our OP is still Dr. Fish, the hardest working OP in the biz. Unfortunately, he's feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to be doing as much of his talking as possible. But we still have some amazing co-hosts. So, of course, as always, the first co-host to mention, always top of the billing, is going to be Super Chicken. And with this show, he is the confirmed main co-host of Hearthcenter, never host. And his favorite card is the Rat King. Hello, Super Chicken.
True. I do like the Rat King. But I would like it more if there were more rats of extraordinary size in Standard.
And next on the docket, the awesome Play Mogul who always picks me for anything, pretty much. It's Bone Master, whose favorite card is Defend the Dwarven District.
I'm a fan of all the quests. I think we should buff them and get them all back in the game. Make it a quest meta again.
And finally, first time on Hearthcenter. I would have expected him to have been on previously, but it is Dankus Dad, who may not be the cross-conference champion, but with his recent move, he's probably the cross-country champion. And his favorite card is Lady Prestor.
Hey, I was actually playing a lot of that today, but so you guys all know, my real favorite card is the Tank Up Hero Power. Just if you were wondering, it's that.
Doesn't matter how you get to it, just
yep,
if you can play Tank Up.
And with that, we're going to move into the first series today, which is going to be Hero. And of course, we're going to start off with our view of the Hero bracket, what's still left up there. Now, this does a little bit spoil, of course, what the results were for last week. But just to show you, of course, final two teams are up there. It is Awake Past Midnight versus At Least I Don't Have Chicken. And predictions will come in a little bit, but we're going to actually go through the first match, which is, of course, going to be Awake Past Midnight versus F12 Obsidian. Being that you are the captain here, Bone Masher, what are your thoughts on this match?
So we had our first 3 matches on stream, one after the other, on Saturday night, which was fun. I went off first against Slabslayer, and I started all right. Then I misplayed a lot and managed to come away with a 3-1 win, which was a good start for us. Then Shep had a bit of a tough time against Aquaman. I managed to pick up a point there, and then Laughing Frog finished off the last of those 3 matches with a sweep in the 5, which put us ahead. And then J Rich played off stream on Sunday and managed to pick up a dub against Nice Jewel Shao, which was a good win. And got us through. So you didn't have to play this week.
Unfortunately, yeah. And like I said, I don't want to make Dr. Fish talk that much. Dr. Fish, if you want to say anything on this match, you can. Otherwise, I'll send it to another person.
Yeah, I can say a little bit. I was, Awake Past Midnight earned this. They played really well this week. I do feel a little sad that I couldn't play Laughing Frog again. She did a real number on me in week 1. And I wanted to try and get 1 win on her this season. But not all well earned by Awake Past Midnight. And good luck to you all in the finals.
Okay. That's one of the 2 finals teams. The other, to recap that, at least we have Chicken to tell us. Chicken?
Yeah, so the other match we had, the other match we had was At Least I Don't Have Chicken versus Extraterrestrials. This one was a little less close. I mean, I think probably not very surprising to many people that I talked to I talked to the players on this team a decent bit. And yeah, just kind of going off of like what was going on with the team. Justin played his match first and lost, so started off at a bit of a deficit, but everyone else really picked it up from there. And I believe after that it was either Skirt or Neji. I think they played it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just remember CMAC being on stream fairly late in the week, I think. Is either Saturday or Sunday, right? He played on stream.
All of these updated Sunday except for Justin versus Yo Daddy.
Okay. But anyway, yeah. So it started off not too great for the team, but yeah, they closed it out strong and ended up getting the win and a spot in finals. So 2 finals for this team in the past 3 seasons, 2 finals for Always Just in Time in the past 2 seasons in Hero. So a lot of championship level players here, and I think I don't know. I guess I'll save my prediction on who's gonna win Hero Series for when we're all doing it. But yeah, really. Oh,
We're
are
going
we?
to do it in a second. I mean, if Dankestad has any words on this, interesting classes or any information.
Oh, not too much else to add. I mean, I think honestly, it's pretty interesting to see how the meta for Hero has kind of shifted. I know, at least from the people that I had talked to in Hero, Priest was kind of the talk of the town, and only 1 Priest in all of these lineups, and it lost. So, cool to see that things are dynamic, shaping up, and yeah, I'm interested in seeing whether in the final we'll have a similar meta or if a certain new card could maybe shake things up even further.
Yeah, I feel like could whatever the new card's called, Prince Renathal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Druid is a class that's seen a lot more play the last couple of days because of that, in either the Prester or the Alignment Druid. So I think that could be where we see a bit of a shakeup in terms of class distribution. And Warlock as well has seen a lot of Renathal experimenting. Maybe not as strong with the card, but yeah, it could have some potential as well.
Well, seeing as we're already talking about the future of this week, let's do exactly that with the playoff picture once more. So it's Awake Past Midnight versus At Least I Don't Have Chicken. And I think let's go in alphabetical order here. And Bowmasher, what are your predictions? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm kind of biased here. I think it's going to be a good series. For both teams, I hope it's close because you want to feel like at least you're in with a chance in the playoffs. Hopefully, it's 5 really good, hard fought games. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think I'm playing Skirt tomorrow. So we're really early in the week. So that's before submissions. So that'll give everyone else a bit of a look at how certain decks have gone. And then Laughing Frog's playing next, I think, which is on stream Friday night. And then we've got some late matches in the week with Geranium on stream on Sunday. And I think the other 2 matches are probably going to be played then as well. So, yeah, me playing first against Skirt's definitely going to be a sighter for the rest of the teams, rest of the players on the teams with submissions as well. So yeah, hopefully my team get up. We haven't won a title at APM yet. So it'd be nice to get the first one. I'm glad we could make the final this season because last season my team didn't really get the chance. We had the DQ in the semi to the other APM team. So really pumped for Jay Rich. He was on that team. So yeah, good to get our shot at the title.
Okay, and next alphabetically, I guess would be Dankus Dad.
Well, I think it's a tough call. I know if you've heard me cast it, I can say that I'm not what I'd consider a hero expert. Last Hero Standing, it scares me as a format, terrifies me, but I think that APM and At Least I Don't Have Chicken all have some really solid players that I've seen do well in Hero, but I think that having seen a few of them at work, I'm going to have to give the nod to At Least I Don't Have Chicken. I think that just the way that Neji has sort of turned the season around and how always Just in Time does the prep, I trust that to go down to whole roster is very strong. Like Skirt and You Kidding Me at the bottom, also absurd. I just think that it's going to be a tight finish, but those are the players I trust to get it done.
Okay. I'm going to be maybe the person who has the most to say about this. I kind of feel like if you're not backing At Least I Don't Have Chicken here, you're insane. There's a lot of stats to back this up. I mean, this is their 4th time, the CMAC and Nina Eyebrows pair, 4th time in Hero Finals. They have not lost the Hero Finals. They have lost a single Hero playoffs match. Always Just in Time and Neji, who are newer to the team, Always Just in Time. He's been in 4 Hero finals, including this one. Of the 3 in the past, he won 2 of them. The one he lost was to this team. Neji has been in 1 Hero Finals in the past. The one he lost was to this team. Even when we played during the main season, At Least I Don't Have Chicken beat us 3-2 matches. This is not the team I wanted to face. That's all I'm going to say anyway, for that.
You're not getting the inspiration speech in the team chat.
Sounds like someone's trying to invoke a caster's curse, if I had to guess.
Hey, all I'm saying is that if there's ever a Goliath for the David versus Goliath, it's the team that's won the most Hero playoffs ever. And there's only one person left to ask here. I mean, Super Chicken, the team that doesn't have you, how could they do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't lose in playoffs very often, but I don't think the rest of the I don't think they're gonna miss me too much. These players also don't lose very often. I think I have to pick my old team here. I mean, I think like in the regular season they were slumping a bit, but they've really picked things up. Near the kind of coming into the end of the season through to going into the playoffs. One, I mean, beat two pretty good teams so far in the playoffs, and have just looked really, really good throughout. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to them.
Okay. And that about wraps up Hero Series, unless Fish wants to quick add his word. But otherwise, we are moving down to Legacy. Legacy had 4 matches played last week, 4 teams eliminated, and now every single team in the playoffs is going to be playing this week. So, running it down and telling us what is on the bracket. Go ahead, Bowmasher.
Yeah, so last week we had the 5 to 12 seeds. Didn't know who was going to go through, who was going to face the top 4 seeds, and in what order. But this is how it's sort of shaken out. So we've got F2L White versus Hot Zills on one side of the bracket, along with Kachow Clowns and four Justins, one Sustin, I think they were, which is the team. Yep, they beat us last week. I think that's going to be a really good game. And on the other side, we've got Blue Naga Cult against Standard THL Degenerates, and then Season 21 Legacy Team versus Fish Eternum on the other side of the bracket. Some really good teams there.
Okay, and to bring us through the first match of playoffs, Hot Zilfs versus Dad Legend Dankestad. What do you see?
Well, unfortunately for Dad Legend, the Hot Zilfs were in their area, and they came out with victory hot out the gate. Coles taking it 3-1 over Desharmo. Astro Frog and Icicles did not have to play. Donde getting his 2 points in a 2-3 loss to King Viking 23. Chronic winning 3-2 over Yellow Dart, and Lefty taking the 3-1 win over Haster. So, yeah, I can say too that, like, looking at this match, I got the chance to play against the Hot Zilfs with the Stubs during the regular season, and yeah, they took it to us. So I'm excited to see them, moving further in the bracket and do well.
Yeah. As a fan of Legacy, I have to say I hate this result. Not because Donde lost, I love that, but Icicles and Astro Frog didn't have to play. This is stolen from us. The 8-1 player versus the 7-1 player, that would have been such an insane match, and now we don't get to see that. So, to get past this, please, Super Chicken, tell us about Fish Eternum versus Illidan's Death Knights.
Yeah. This was this was quite a close match. These two teams were obviously pretty evenly matched here, and it came down to exactly 1 point. I guess it technically could have been closer, had it been a tie in points, and it would have gone down to the most match wins tiebreaker. But I find this a little bit more exciting, because it is actually one team just beating them in points. But yeah, the 3-2 wins from Illidan's Death Knights, despite being more match wins, was not enough, because Laughing Frog got the ever important sweep, which she absolutely needed to get in order for Fish Eternium to move on. because they would have lost the tiebreaker. So yeah, Two Fly and Laughing Frog, giving up very few games between the two of them, and crucially, getting enough points to make it to quarterfinals in Legacy Series.
So, I feel like you are maybe going to expect I'm going to call on you here. Bone Masher, anything you want to say about a match like this?
Yeah, I know exactly how JR feels. My team lost exactly the same way against Geranium's team in playoffs 2 seasons ago. I think it was 2 seasons ago, maybe 3. Maybe no, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, we're in the same boat, and we lost. I think it was Avi on stream. Needed 2 points and couldn't get it. I spoke to Frog because she's in our hero team. And the last 2 matches were being played at the same time, which was Zancat's match and Frog's match. So they knew that if they got one sweep, they could get a 2-pointer, but they pretty much both needed to win. And yeah, they were both up 2-0. So they just needed one of them to get through. Although Zancat's match went for over an hour or something, whereas Frog's was a bit quicker. But yeah, apparently the Laughing Frog match, she got wins with Paladin and Rogue against Demon Hunter, and then in the Mage versus Beast Hunter, she had a triple shark, which was double discounted on turn 6, which did 39 damage for an OTK against Beast Hunter, which had just put Tavish down with the taunt up that resummoned 2 taunts. So like if it didn't get exact damage, it was going to be a bit rough. But yeah, so it's never nice to lose when you've won 3 of the matches. But all props to the other team for getting it done. Like everyone has to do their bit. You have to pick up your 3 lots of 2 points in your losses, and you have to have 2 really good wins. And if you can do that, then well done. You get to go on.
Okay. This was one of the first of the upsets seeding-wise. Anyone have anything else they want to say?
I'm seeing a very strong correlation between beating the Stubs in the regular season and advancing in playoffs. So, good. Like I said, good to see players that got to go up against Noah Strong advancing. And yeah, look, brackets shaping up to be a good one further down the stretch.
Yeah, I see a correlation between 5 seeds who swept me in the season, advancing to semifinals and finals.
Interesting to see that winning at Hearthstone correlates with advancing in the playoffs. It's funny how that works.
Well, for another seed upset and for more winning, as we're saying, I'm going to head on over to 4 Justins, 1 Sustin versus another Priest meta. Now, this was fairly one-sided looking with a 16-5 end result. Wild Rose taking a Game 5 win over Cheesy 10 in the 1. Skirt taking a Game 5 win over Jimphlos in the 5. And Pokemon 661 taking a 3-1 over Nomad Farmer in the 4. And then looks like Infinite. It looks like Infinite is like DQ winning or something like that. No, he didn't ban is why there's no ban for him there. But still swept Numinator. This is a slight reversal of what happened in the main season. But after needing 2 subs in the 4 and 5, it seems another Priest meta just couldn't keep it together.
Yeah, I'll sort of jump in. We had a really good season. We were fighting for a bye, and then Roadrunner, who was 7-1 in the 5, he took a break from Hearthstone. So Jim Floss stepped in for us. I really appreciate him jumping in. There wasn't really too many options we could get in the 5. And then, he did really well in his 2 matches. They were pretty close in the 2 he played. And then again, when Reverb needed a sub in the 4, but I sort of, losing Roadrunner, he's sort of like the spirit of the team this season. A lot of energy, really good person to be around, and sort of when he took a break, it sort of, sort of really hit the team a bit, and everyone sort of dropped a bit. So, but Dustin's team was one of the teams that beat us in the regular season. So it was one of the teams I wanted to avoid. They're a really good team, probably a championship winning team, despite where they were seeded. And I think they're going to be one of the teams to watch for the title.
The jury's out on whether Infinite deserves to be in the 3 or not.
He's just been DQing himself all season now. Rockley's taken off the weights, and he's just gonna roll through everyone in the 3 seed through playoffs.
And one final match here to cover. It's going to be Standard THL Degenerates versus Defias. Thank you, Stat.
All right. So once again, the Standard DHL Degenerates continue the trend of doing to the Stubs what they, or doing to their opponent what they did to the Stubs and me in the regular season. Dr. Bomb D taking it in the 1 over Wild 9. Electric Sheep City taking it 3-1 over Classy Thug. Memnarch 3-2 over Nebuchadnezzar. Vampire Nighthawk takes it 3-2 over the Real Allure. And Saku, unfortunately, losing 0-3 to Azima. And with Legacy, it's so interesting because, like Hero with the closeless format, I really can say I wish I got to see more. Wish I got to see some of this on stream, or if it was on stream, that I can catch up, because it's not every day that you see 9 shamans brought, 6 shamans banned, and that this lineup these sort of lineups just come through, and this doesn't necessarily look like something you would really see over in an open list format. And I would just have loved to have seen how this all played out. Looks like it was a very interesting series to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Being that it was one of the only ones to go all 5 matches certainly ups the hype meter, though Electric Sheep City versus Classic Thug was the last one, and Sheep only needed 2 points to clinch the week, I think, at that point. But Chicken, any thoughts?
Yeah, definitely some interesting class selections. See a couple of hunters in the 1 seed. I wonder if it was like something of a Demon Hunter target. I think Electric Sheep's classes definitely lined up pretty well into Demon Hunter, but missed on the Demon Hunter, but still won. And yeah, I mean, pretty impressive from the Standard THL Degenerates, because Defias is a fairly recent Legacy champion. So taking them down in the playoffs is definitely no small feat.
Oh yeah. I think to keep himself humble, Bondi would probably want me to say that that during his match versus Wild 9, couldn't find Cariel even after drawing more than 20 cards and after having 3 dredges. So
Oof.
that's maybe where that Game 5 win comes from. But that is every single team, why they are in playoffs, except for, of course, the ones that had buys the first week. Speaking of which, coming back to that bracket, let's go alphabetically. So that means Chicken, you are first. What are your predictions?
Tough one, I think, I don't know. I obviously got to pick my own team over Fish. I think we've been having a really, really great season. The team has been gelling really well. Yeah, I mean, it's so far it's gone better than I'd even hoped. So yeah, I think we're really looking to carry that going forward into this round of playoffs. I think Blue Naga Cult will take down the degenerates. I think I think F2L versus Hot Zilfs is a bit closer. Could go either way. I will I will tentatively pick F2L. Um, I know always bad to bet on an F2L team, but I am gonna pick them, and I'm gonna pick the Justins over the Clowns because I am heavily biased, and and I'm definitely good friends with some of the players on the Justins team.
Okay. Next alphabetically, Dankestad. Again.
So I think that looking at this bracket, I'm going to go a little bit out of order, but I'm going to be picking Blue Naga Cult over the standard THL Degenerates and the Kachow Clowns over Oops All Justin. Those are the teams that I'm expecting to see in the final. Just very, very strong rosters that have got it done this season, and they're just playing great Hearthstone right now. Other series are a little bit closer, and I think that I will bet against F2L, and I think that Hot Zilfs are going to continue to get it done. And, you know, just to go against the grain, I'm going to go with Fish Eternum. I think that
Ouch.
I think we're going to see something happen there. And you like that joke against the grain because Super Chicken is on Bread Likely and Wild. I worked hard on that. Anyway,
Who's
yeah.
here all week?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's your bracket, folks. That's exactly how it's going to play out.
Okay. Next up, Geranium Battle. I think. I think Blue Naga Cult versus Standard THL Degenerates is going to be Blue Naga Cult favorite. I think Kachow Clowns versus Oops All Justins, I think, is going to be Kachow Clowns favored. I don't think Infinite is maybe done DQing himself in the 3. So we'll see. But Hot Zilfs are also a legacy champion team that maybe you wouldn't expect. So I think that they have certainly earned the right to lose to Kachow Clowns in the semis. And then with the season 21 THL Legacy Playoffs series team versus Fish Eternum. It is really close, but I am going to give it to Chicken's team here over the Fish. Top to bottom, super strong team as well. And finally, Masher.
We dropped the bone just to fit me in your new alphabetical order listing. All right. I think that there's some really, really strong teams, and I think most of you have sort of pointed those out, which is Blue Naga Colt and Kachow Clowns. I think both of those teams should win this week, and I think wouldn't be surprised if they did play off in the title playoff. I think F2L will lose to Zills this week. I see that Donde has gone and subbed in Rummy against Rebobson, so it's the second time Rebob's faced a GM in playoffs this season. Did the same thing against him in his opponents did the same thing against him in Pro. And I don't think any of Rebob's teams have gone past the quarterfinals, so this should definitely help Rebob avoid the semi-final loss curse this season by losing in the quarterfinals every time. And the last one, I think this could go either way. I think Fish Eternum. I think that sort of surprised me a bit. I know they got Laughing Frog. I had her on my team last season, and she wasn't going to play, but then they picked her up. But they've done a lot better than I thought. I think that season 21 Legacy team will win, though. I think they've got the better roster. And yeah, I think it's really there's three really good teams, and I would like to see Blue Naga season 21 team next week. I think that would be a good matchup.
And with that, that wraps up the Legacy series, which brings us to maybe some people's favorite spot, the commercial break. Dankest Dad, it's your first time. Please go away.
All right, give me just one moment to get ready. And all right, here we go. Hey there, Twitch viewers. Have you subscribed to Team Hearth League yet? Then make today the day to be a league yourself and subscribe to our channel. The subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs of operating our website, as well to improve the quality of our memes and content to our viewers. If you have Amazon Slime/Twitch Slime, you can subscribe to the channel for free. Subscribe to a THL emoticon, as well as lovely THL chat badges. So hit that heart button and keep the notifications bing bong to make sure that you catch our team broadcast bing live. We appreciate each and every two of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest. Website, teamhearthleague.com. Ka-chow us on Twitter, @THLHS. Join us on Discord, Team Heart League. The true Hearth legend himself, Saku, continues to post all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search for Team Hearth League to catch everything previously recorded. You are, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth League, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And all of you THL Kachoutics out there are THL Kashos every single most days of the week. You can't go bong ton bing at any time for some banger Hearthstone-related content. Now, back to the good part. Ka-chow!
Wow. Couldn't have asked for a better reading.
That was fantastic.
And with that, we've still got 2 more series left to cover, and I'm sorry, but the next one is going to be Pro. So let's bring it up. What happened in Pro this last week? Well, we've got one match to rule them all, and of course, we're going to have none other than the Super Chicken. Please tell us what happened. Bing Bong Big Top versus Rope and Cope.
Yeah, bit of a slaughter. A lot of the last few pro championships haven't been very close, and yeah, this one was no different. I believe Justin played against Ariana 21st, and got the team off to a very quick 4-0 lead, and just continued from there. Both Kalis Luna versus No AH and Izat versus Copa were definitely close matches, but yeah, Bing Bong just seemed to have the edge in both of them and was able to get wins there to close out the championship and secure Nails and Neji's second pro championship.
Yeah, well, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy it happened or something. But I think we gave it our best effort, and congrats to Bing Bong Big Top on getting there, and to Rope and Cope as well. We did well. We had a good season, but in the end, they just brought the right decks and played them real well. So yeah, tough luck, but it is what it is. And I Nails and I were gonna play our match in person. We scheduled it toward the end because we figured it might decide the series, but that didn't work out. So we just met up instead. But wish that thing or two had gone a bit differently. And yeah, it particularly stings that Kalis Luna brought Nice Jewish Owls lineup from the previous week, and that in spite of perceptions about it, got the quest rogue through. But hey, Grandmaster for a reason, right?
Yeah, speaking of lineups, I mean, any thoughts on being favored or not favored, or?
Well, I think that all three of our players who lost were going to have a very tough time getting through. I think that Copa in particular was going to have a really hard time getting through the Amulet Mage and the Control Shaman, but pulling out, the 3-2 was about as well as it could realistically have gone without some heroic RNG. Like, I think Copa played it pretty well too. Justin, I think, had the edge over Ariana, and Kels Luna had the pretty solid priest target, and it worked as intended. I think that if you're looking for favored, Owl versus Neji is a matchup that really was looking not good for Neji. Neji brought Anaconda Druid, and Owl has the most hyper aggro lineup possible. And I think looking at the spreads, the worst matchup was about like 66 30 34 into the Druid. And well, Owl wanted to make Neji play it out, but I'm glad he changed his mind. Then I think for me and Nails, it was just dead even. We had, a few decks like that were really good into two decks in the other person's lineup and less good into the other two. And I think it would have came down probably to what each of us chose to ban, but it would have been it would have been about as close to 50-50 as you can get for a non-mirror match.
Me personally, I would have loved to have seen that Quest Rogue see some play, but now on the other side of it, of course, we have our pro champions, Bing Bong Big Top, who will be getting an interview, just not tonight. Prepping for the MT, of course, means that a lot of people aren't going to be available. So we're currently figuring out exactly when that interview will be. And of course, there will be an interview next week for one of the two finals matches, at least Hero or EU Pro. But any other final words on the Pro finals?
Yeah, just kind of another. No, I mean they were definitely very highly touted at the start of the season, but yeah, kind of had some tough losses throughout, but managed to just barely squeak their way into playoffs, and from there they had a pretty insane run. I mean, they played Brushy Tuna, the first seed from pink first seed from black conference, and runner up of the previous season, and dealt with them. And who did they play in semis? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, played against Cyrella's Disciples, another very strong team in the semis, and then beat Rope and Cope in the finals. So I mean, bit of a miracle run from this team, and yeah, really proud of them for you know keeping it together, kind of rallying in playoffs and getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, of course, nothing to scoff at for Rope and Cope as well, having just taken out for the boys the previous week. The team that many people thought were going to be the winners, the previous two-time champs of Pro. So
Yeah, I thought we were gonna win.
Well, I think I had picked us last week, but that one was a nail biter.
And with that, I think it's time to move on to a different type of Pro altogether, EU Pro, with their finals left as well. So, bringing up the playoff bracket, of course. The two teams left are none other than the two teams that I thought might be here, which are Pertinax and League of Nations. Pertinax, of course, on a super hot streak, have not lost any of their last I believe, 4 weeks. And League of Nations was the absolute top of the conference for most of the season. So these are maybe the two super powerhouses. Now, for the other two matches that brought them here, first off, League of Nations versus Pan and Cooks. Please walk us through it, Dankestad.
All right, so I'm going to try my best here with EU names, but we'll see how it goes. We have League of Nations taking it 14-12 with Gaboom in the 1, losing 0-3 to Lasagne. Is It taking it 3-1 over Fudov. Mighty taking it 3-1 over Max VDP. Dead 17 taking it 3-2 over Jack Attack. And Den taking a 2-3 loss to Pigeon in the 5. And every time I see it, that League of Nations roster just blows me away. That is very, very stacked from top to bottom. Just great team. And, Pan and Cooks also had a great season, but, when playoffs are on the line, it's really, really hard to beat 5 players of that caliber.
Yeah, I thought the Pan and Cooks were gonna get it done. I'm pretty sure I picked them last week to win the match. And they were certainly an underdog, but yeah, they did make it very, very close. Yeah, it's still a super impressive run in my like just winning so many matches in a row to close out the season and taking down uh, like taking down some pretty big teams. But yeah, League of Nations, they've been in first the whole season, and I'd say they were certainly a lot of people's favorites to win the whole EU Pro Series. So not too surprising to see them there either.
Now, to talk about who the team that might have been the other favorites, Donkey Hot, and how they fell to Pertinax. Please, Bone Master, take it away.
So Donkey Hot versus Pertinax. We had a match there in the 1 seed. Palua lost 1-3 to Mott. We had Martinino lost to Donkey 3-1. Revoques beat Bronca to 7-9, 3-1. Bouncy Knight 3-2 over Chico HS, and Dinxinio 3-1 over Groink, something like that. I was just looking at the score. Maybe that 1 seed match was played after. It seems like it would have been wrapped up after 4 games, 4-8, 12, 13 to 4-8. Yeah, I think it should have been wrapped up after 4. So maybe they just played the 5th one out. But yeah, I sort of don't have a team in EU Pro, but I've been keeping track of it and seeing how it's going. And I think Donkey Hot. I think I was on them going into this week, and great job by Pertinax to get that win. Donkey Hot's been really good this season, good roster, and just couldn't get it done come playoffs.
Yeah, I think the first match that happened in the week was Donkey beating Martinino. So we actually had that info going into sort of predictions last week. But yeah, I don't think anyone expected every other player for Pertinax to take a win over Donkey Hot, and seeing sort of the power of Anaconda Druid in EU as well, something that was brought. I mean, we saw it once in Neji's lineup over in regular Pro, but liking it a lot more in EU, and same thing with Boar Priest, seeing that more as well. So with nothing else to say about EU Pro. We've got just the prediction left, the final prediction here. Who will win? And of course, we're going to go in alphabetical order one more time. Starting with me, Battle. I'm going to go ahead and say that Pertinax will take it. They took it in the regular season, and I think they've been destroying it and will continue to. Mott is hot. Next, alphabetically, of course, is Bone Masher.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I'm going to go the other way, just so I can go against what you're predicting, and go with League of Nations. I think everything's going to come down to a game 5, as it should. 5 matches, 3 matches to 2. Every match, 3 games to 2, and I think League of Nations will just get it done. 15-14, highest score in THL.
Okay, third alphabetically, of course, is going to be Dad.
All right. So, like Bone Masher, I'm going to go with the League of Nations. Like, it's just very hard to bet against Mighty. I know that I spent all day casting a tournament on Friday where every round Mighty just squeezed through, and if he with unfavored decks, and if he actually has a favored lineup, forget it. That's going to go well. Is it incredible deck builder, incredible player, boom, great, and even Den, who I actually met through or knew of through Legends of Runeterra first, can play 2 card games at a very high level, and I expect him to do big things, and Dez has been having a great season too. I think League of Nations is the team I have my eye on for that championship.
Okay, and then rounding it out, Super Chicken.
Yeah, I really like the run that Pertinax has been on. But I think I have to pick League of Nations here. Gotta go with my boy Izat. He's an incredible player, and then everyone else is also really, really good too. Yeah, I mean, I think they're just too strong of a team to lose, and it's like I know some of the players on League of Nations are just really, really intelligent when it comes to like preparing lineups. So I think they're really going to have something interesting prepared for the finals.
Okay, yeah, 3 of us think that that League of Nations is too big to fail, and me, I just kind of want to see finally the rhyming matchup of Mott versus Izat, which is going to happen this week. So we'll see if any of that can be played on stream, since the MT is of course going on. Probably going to be a bit harder, but that is about it for our show. Covered every single series, and final words. Running through the gamut here. Well, I'm not sure. Any final words to say about this last week?
No, it's great to get to playoffs and give all the team, all the players their chance to shine, get that boat, and best of luck to all the teams that are still in playoffs. We've got some good ones coming up. And yeah, best of luck if you're still playing. Hopefully your team can get up.
Chicken, final words.
Yeah, I think this THL season's been really great. We've seen some new and or like seen some new teams come up, perform really well. Um, really cool to see a couple new players win a pro championship in just in time, and Izat, and I believe Kalos Luna as well. So very happy to see that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think the rest of the playoffs are also really exciting. Especially I don't know. Personally, I think EU Pro is actually has been the most fun to watch for me this year. I think EU Pro has been incredibly strong. Like, maybe like average skill players has maybe been the strongest out of all of the series. But yeah, it's just been, I think, just really fun to watch top to bottom.
And thank his dad.
Yeah. Well, echoing the words of the other co-host here, but congratulations to everyone who's still playing. And if there is one thing that we like better than watching results, it's watching matches. So get on stream, play. We'd love to have you there, and we want to see what the cream of THL's crop has. So get out there, play some games, and hopefully we'll get to see it live.
And I can't agree more. With that being said, we're already seeing some players hop into the stream match request channel. But it would be my dream to see more of these matches streamed. Got a few with Laughing Frogs back to back. My tentative match on Sunday. But please hop in for more. And I'm excited for watching all that THL has to offer this week. But with that is going to be it for Hearthcenter. And I hope you everyone have a great night.